I'm just the croupier. You two are playing roulette. No more bets, please. Lift cloche A.
I have an impending sense of doom.
So we just grab, don't we? And whatever we grab, we use.
There's 2 protein-heavy tins under there. Grab one each.
3, 2, 1, go!
Hot dogs in brine.
Beef.
Beef!
Beef.
I don't want these. I like them, but I don't want them in this. Okay. Open mind.
Cloche B, fruit or fungi. Lift.
3, 2, 1. Straw mushrooms, unpeeled. Oh, in more brine.
Rambutan stuffed with pineapple in syrup.
Very tropical.
with beef!
With beef! Yum!
So far, 2 very manageable combinations. What's under the third? It's miscellaneous. Lift the cloche in 3, 2, 1.
That's a very big tin.
White cheese in brine. I don't think I'm going to struggle for seasoning.
I've got nut luncheon. What's nut luncheon?
Peanuts.
A meat-free savoury loaf made from peanuts.
Okay.
So, peanuts, beef and tropical fruit, cheese, pork and mushrooms. We're going to put 30 minutes on the clock to include a little bit of thinking time. We just want a simple midweek meal. Remember, everything in the tins is already cooked. Your time starts now. Jay, you've picked up an onion, some fresh things, and another tin.
I'm thinking beef and rambutan stuffed with pineapple curry of sorts.
Interesting.
So step 1, I've got to make a curry paste, essentially. So I've got onion, garlic, ginger, chili pepper. It should be all right.
Mike,
Yeah.
you're baking a cake.
I am going to make toad in the hole.
Excellent.
Are you going to use the oven at all?
No.
Good.
Oven's preheated. Jamie's got a couple of pans sat on cold stoves.
It's going to be like that.
I'm not being like that.
You are. That is
I'm
exactly
just
what you're being like.
vocalising my chefy thoughts.
So it requires oiling a pan or muffin tin, getting it heating up in the oven. I'm going to eyeball this.
I like the sound of it. As always, it worries me when normals eyeball things that could do with quite accurate weights and measures. Do you remember our ratio for Yorkshire pudding batter?
No.
It's the easiest one ever.
Come on, Mike.
It's not as easy as
Easiest
making rice, which is 2 to 1.
I'd argue it's easier.
Go on.
It's 1-1-1.
1-1-1.
It's
Perfect.
all the same by volume. So get yourself a small ramekin and do one ramekin of flour, 1 ramekin of egg, 1 ramekin of milk. Season generously. Job done every time.
Now, usually I would leave this to rest for half an hour before using it. I am not afforded that luxury.
How does the beef taste, Jay?
Beef tastes like beef. It tastes like roast beef.
Like roast beef, as opposed to like a corned beef or a brined or a pastrami. You're thinking it's much more just classic roast beef.
It is in a brine, so it's slightly salty. But if anything, that's just going to add seasoning that I now don't have to add to my curry. I'm also adding some red curry paste for curry flavour.
The curry paste also got so many of those familiar ingredients.
That's smelling great. I'm going to go in with, needs a bit more oil, but I'm going to go in with beef.
While the cast iron is coming up to temperature with that oil, been preheating a griddle pan because I just want some grill lines on these so they're not just cooked briny chipolatas is what they look like.
Mike, at the end of this dish, will your sausage look like it's peeking out of its burrow?
I'm hoping so, yes.
The origins of the toad in the hole is because apparently the sausages used to look like they were just sitting there waiting for prey, waiting to jump out of their nests? Burrow? What do toads live in?
A hole.
You've had 10 minutes of your 30 and you both now have a plan and you've started. Sounding good. But how long does your Yorkshire pudding batter need in the oven?
20 minutes, Ebbers.
I guess it'll be a factor of how thick you make it, how much you want it to rise, how hot your oven is.
I think we're going to have to control the thickness to make sure it's all cooked in time.
Rambutan stuffed with pineapple.
Double tropical.
Absolutely delicious.
So that it doesn't end up like a tropical fruit dessert when you add it to your curry, what are you doing to combat that?
The fact that the beef is in brine, that's going to be very savoury, very salty. So I think actually that balance will work. I'm going in with coconut cream, maybe some cashews, tomatoes as well.
Tomatoes, nice. So it's like acidity coming out there as well.
Yeah.
Have you looked at your nut loaf yet?
Not yet. I've got two potential ideas in mind. One is, can I fry it off in slices and serve it with my curry with some rice? Or would it be like croutons and it's crumble over? I don't know yet.
They use the word loaf. We'll see how sort of
Loafy?
bread-like it is, or whether it's more pasty because of obviously it's legumes. Peanuts are legumes.
So let's get this into something with a funnel. That is a good batter. Great ratios, Ebbers.
Moment of truth for the toad in the hole.
Batter is in. Sausages going in. Okay, and breathe. Now I can figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of. Shall I taste the other ingredients? That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it?
So you're left with cheese and mushrooms. Ever had a straw mushroom before, Mike?
Never.
How are they like, or how do they behave? Like similar to other mushrooms?
They're a mushroom texture in an olive shape. So when you eat them whole, they are quite bouncy. So I'm slicing them up to make them a little bit thinner,
Where's the cheese going?
scattered over the top.
So the challenge with a tinned food episode is obviously everything is preserved. You haven't got a huge amount of freshness coming out of the tins. What are you doing, both of you, to combat that? Jay, you've got some spring onions there, and you've obviously added a fair amount of fresh ingredients into your curry.
Yeah, needs some sort of freshness. Tomatoes don't jump out at me, but it's what we've got.
So it turns out peanut loaf looks different on the top than it does the bottom.
Will it come out as one cylindrical log?
Jesus. It's not going to come out as one loaf.
Fine. Not if you scoop it out, it's not.
Feels like it's just pure peanut. I think I'm going to try frying some off. Maybe it'll crumble over the top of the curry.
Can you both see how this is going to end up looking, your individual dishes? Can you see a plating in mind, or is that a later thought?
I think I can see a plating in mind.
I think I've got plating in mind.
You've got 9.5 minutes before you need to think about it very seriously.
An idea one might have. I was going to microwave this rice. I'm now thinking I might stir fry this rice with the peanut and crumble it so I get like a peanut rice.
Obviously pre-cooked rice, make sure it's piping hot throughout.
I'm making a tomato sauce forward-leaning burger sauce because it definitely needs a bit of the tang of ketchup.
Last 5 minutes, by which time we want it on a plate as well. Fresh herbs for Mike, sliced spring onions for Jay.
Oh, what herbs have you got, mate?
Just parsley.
I think there is some rocket on the back. I think we've got some coriander if you want it.
Some cozza would be lovely, please.
You ask and you shall receive.
Thank you, thank you.
Mike,
Yes.
given how much a toad in the hole hopefully rises,
Yes.
where in the oven did you put it?
In the top.
Right at the top.
Yeah, because that's where the hottest part is and I don't have much time.
Have you seen how much it's risen?
It's poking over the edge, yeah. That's good, right?
It's touching the top of the oven, isn't it?
That's what I want, right? Yeah. Oh, actually, that is
A bit high and a bit hot.
done. Boom.
2.5 minutes to start thinking about plating.
Okay, this is now just a scatter job.
So your paste had lemongrass, and now you've squeezed in lemon.
I thought lime would be perfect, but we didn't have any. So I've gone with lemon. Don't go looking for a lime now to show that we did actually have it. It's done now.
I'm pretty sure we have it somewhere. 1 minute 30.
I'm looking at it, it's so brown, it could do with more greenery, so I'm thinking rocket, because at least that's a different peppery flavour profile.
Last 34 seconds. You've still got a whole tin you haven't used yet, Mike.
Yep.
Jay's plating, which is good to see. 9 seconds left.
Whoa, where did 9 seconds?
3, 2, 1. Step away from your dishes. You've both finished, and well, Mike's nearly finished, cheating slightly.
Stop fingering the parsley!
There you go.
Right.
Let's get into the sexies. Two very well thought out dishes. I don't think you'd expect that these would have come from random tins being forced together.
No, I'm quite happy. I didn't see it for a second what you'd done, but it looks incredible.
I don't know how this is going to taste, so I'm not happy yet.
So I'm going to judge you on obviously tin use, but also just general taste and appearance and presentation. So straight off, I like the use of a squeezy bag. I don't like it when you serve the plastic tip of the squeezy bag in your dish.
I did bite it off in a hurry.
But let's dig in. There's no denying your batter is nice and crispy, has risen well. What's not to like?
I'm sure you'll tell me.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Really good use of the cheese. As a first taste, it's kind of almost salty and fettery.
It's like
and then it
fettery
is
crumbly.
creamy and more almost lactic, yogurty. It's really lovely. Your batter has risen well around the edges. It's crispy on the edges. It's cooked through.
It actually tastes of hot dog, weirdly, doesn't it?
It is what it is, but you have given it a twist based on the ingredients you had. With the cheese, you've led it down the hot dog route as opposed to just sausage and toad in the hole with caramelised onion and gravy. Yorkshire pudding is a safe zone for you, but actually in a half-hour challenge like this, why not? It's great.
Great job, mate.
Thanks. Excited for this.
And this, I was really hoping you'd go down that route with the beef and the tropical fruit to combine it with spice and fragrance in a sort of curried style like this. Cheers.
Cheers.
There is nothing wrong with that.
And it is very tropical fruity. With that rambutan.
It works though,
pineapple.
doesn't it? It gives tropical hints without being overly sweet. So it works so well. It's almost like an onion, but sweeter, like tropical sweetness.
The rambutan and the pineapple inside was in syrup, so it was really
gotcha.
sweet.
And a piece of that on its own is incredibly sweet.
Yeah.
But you don't eat it on its own, you eat it with everything else. The peanut loaf was your challenge. And I love a stir fry with sort of crunchy cashew nuts through it and lots of great seasoning, spring onion. You've used it in place of that. Given it's an ingredient you've never seen or worked with before, clever application, really delicious plate. And that beef neck is a perfect product to stir into a really speedy curry like this because it feels like it's been cooking down and stewing down for hours and hours and hours. Because it has. But
I didn't
before
do
it arrived
I didn't do it.
on your doorstep.
Yeah.
Damn, that's very clever, mate.
That's delicious, that's really well executed. Both quite a challenge with the tins you had, I think. And both delicious, which makes it difficult to pick a winner. But for me, I do have a narrow winner, which means I also have a narrow loser. And the person who lost today, because that's always more entertaining, is Mike. Because I think that
absolutely fair.
is a winning dish of a combination of beef and fruit that shouldn't really go together, but you've made it work and it's delicious.
I think that was the smartest use of the ingredients. Well done, sir.
Oh, thank you. Well done, you.
Let's have a cuddle.
Okay.
Let's have one of these cuddles. Well done.
I like it when the normals actually win.
Well done.
That was good. Well, you both did great.
Yeah, happy. Happy.